The last time I peed my pants, I was 55 years old. This is not that story. In this story, I'm 9. One Sunday afternoon, my dad loaded my brother and me into the car. We brought a couple friends, Doug Haynes and Jeff Schillings. We drove 45 minutes north to the Sanford boat races. The dammed up Tittabawassee River up there formed a narrow lake, just wide enough to serve as a racetrack for long, sleek runabouts. We were already sort of a boating family. Small boat, slow boat, a boat fast enough to slowly pull kids on water skis, and for my dad to fish from. He must have thought we would like a boat race. He must have thought he would like it. After we parked up by the road, we hiked down toward the water's edge, where we sat on the bank of the backed-up river and watched the action, yelling at each other over the deafening whine of outboard motors. Around they went, fast. Around they went some more, fast. That was it. There were no wrecks, which was good. There were pit stops, which were not much to look at. A boat race, I concluded, was pretty boring. After 30 minutes or so, the four of us walked back up to the top of the hill, where there was a concession stand and a beer booth and a few carnival rides. For $1, you could buy 5 green paper tickets. A ride cost 1 ticket. A hot dog was 2. We each ate a hot dog and went on a few rides. I must have had to pee when we arrived. Like most kids, I was squeamish about public toilets and steadfastly avoided them. The chemical phone booth toilet, which could be strongly deodorized, was not in wide circulation at the time. This day there was something unprecedented, something I had never seen before. The facilities at the boat races were housed on the bed of a semi-trailer parked not far from the beer booth. On either end of the trailer was a stairway, 6 steps up to get relief in one of the 6 to 8 cabins. It was like going up on a stage. I was very modest. People would see me walk into one of those cabins. People would see me walk out. They would know I had peed. And inside, the stench. At these steps, on both sides of the trailer, were long lines of men, many with huge beer bellies that were waiting to relieve themselves. I stood in line on one side and waited. The line didn't seem to move. I walked around to the other side, took my place, and waited. That line didn't seem to move either. I was beginning to do the little dance a kid does when he's in crisis. I couldn't hold still. I can't hold it, I said to Jeff. Just go in the bushes. We looked around. What bushes? There wasn't even a tree. We walked up towards the grassy parking lot. I knew where our car was. I also knew it was locked. So, what was the plan? Just go between the cars, Jeff said. Lots of people were still arriving. Men and women streaming past us. Boys our age. And girls. I can't. Maybe I tripped. Maybe I let a little squirt go, thinking if I could just relieve the pressure a tiny bit, it would help. The dam broke. Standing next to a red pickup truck, I fumbled at my belt and yanked my pants down. by then. Too late. Walking in pants you've peed, there's no looking normal. They discolor. You can't hide that. The wet starts to feel cool, then irritating in an acidic kind of way. If you can keep from bending your knees, it feels a little better. I did this Frankenstein walk, trying my best to appear nonchalant. At the edge of the carnival ride area, we stood and watched my brother and Doug Haynes on a swing ride. It was going full speed, rotating counterclockwise, the chains on the chairs rising in centrifugal swing. I was about to turn away when I saw Doug jerk around and hang his head over the back of the chair. He opened his mouth and let go a steady stream of vomit. No one minded leaving that day. We had been to the races. It must have been an uncomfortable ride home for my dad. You boys okay back there? Yes, Doug. Yes, me. Jeff whispered. We should have just gone straight to the parking lot. He's starting to dry, my brother said, stifling a smile. Next to him, Doug looked a little less green.